Hi, my name is Jeannie Lauren Dowden for Conduit News, and today we are joined with Senator Dan Sullivan. Many of you know him. He is a state senator representing District 20. Hi, Senator.
Hi, good to be with you again.
Great to have you here on Conduit. I have recently been looking at your schedule, your social media. You are very busy right now, hitting all over the state, particularly there in Northeast Arkansas. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing in the past weeks.
Sure. You know, a lot of people ask, so what do you all do when you're not in session all the time? Well, I had several constituent meetings in the last week. One was with a developer trying to get 72 acres to perk so he could build on that land. We had the state health department up and had some good meetings. And after a 3-year holdup, he's ready to move forward. I also met with some African-American gentlemen who have a mentoring program at local schools. And they work with students who are 15 to 22 former students to help them get into careers. So we had ASU Newport, who has an office in Newport, one in Jonesboro, and they met with these men to help connect these young men with careers. We also had folks from Arkansas Northeast Community College up in the steel mill area to come in and meet with these gentlemen. So we've got a lot going on. I had a radio interview this past week with KLEK. KLEK is a minority-owned radio station, and they are doing a great job in our community of interviewing candidates for office. So it was my turn this week, and we got through that. Again, a lot going on tonight, as a matter of fact. I hope people can join us. We have a candidate for the Supreme Court Justice. Judge Gunnar DeLay will be in town at First Community Bank at 6 o'clock. We'll have a kind of an informal meet and greet. He's also meeting with a group of young African-American business people privately. So I've helped arrange all of those meetings, and it's just gone great. I love meeting with people, helping people connect with legislators and judges and candidates. As a matter of fact, you and I were together last night, and that was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, so you drove up with your wife to Turning Point's Educate, Don't Mandate tour with Charlie Kirk. What did you think about that?
I thought it was fantastic. You know, I'm a regular follower of Charlie's programming. I've met with Ricky Adams, who is the state coordinator for Turning Point. Met with the Arkansas State University chapter president here. They have 14 chapters across the state. I really hope we can continue to work with them. Fantastic organization, a great movement, and we need to work at turning over and preparing young people for government roles, whether that's a job with the government or an elected office. And Charlie does a great job at that.
Yeah, I thought it was really great. The very last question that he took was a high school student in Springdale, and he recently started a Turning Point chapter there in his high school. And I just think that it's really encouraging to see this younger group rise up, fight back, fight for their liberties. And I think that that is very encouraging to see as we look ahead to the future.
Yeah, he talked about citizenship and what real citizenship versus just being a resident of a country means. And it's really meaningful, and he truly is educating people, old and young, and I appreciate that.
Well, let's move ahead and look forward to what you have on the calendar in the coming months, and then also in the coming weeks. And then just tell us, you mentioned that you're hearing from some people. They're saying, okay, well, what do you do now that you're outside of the session? But also talk to us, apart from the events, what are you hearing from voters right now?
Well, I think it's kind of what Charlie was trying to do, is to educate people and keep people informed. And I think grassroots groups are bigger and more informed than they've been since I can ever remember. And you know, one of them is the Tea Party of Northeast Arkansas, and we have a meeting April 1st. That's coming up, and I look forward to meeting with them, and we'll talk about current issues. They usually have candidates there. Also have a meeting with a physical therapist at Arkansas State University. So I'll be going to the university campuses, meeting with students, different events. You know, it's really interesting. I had one of the higher ed students, master's programs, asked me to fill out a questionnaire for them. And I said, so is this just an assignment? And they said, yes. And I said, well, my question to you is, how come Arkansas State has never invited me to speak? I have 30 years in education and never been invited to speak to their master's class. And so I said, when you can answer that, I'll be glad to answer your questions.
There
And
you
I haven't
go.
heard back from them yet. But, I'll be going to colleges, meeting with, we'll have several state meetings along the way. If people are interested in what the legislature is doing now, we have a public health meeting on Monday and an education committee meeting on Monday. And then there are audit meetings throughout the week. I'm the chair of state agencies audit. We will meet Thursday and then again Friday. So you can always go to the ArcLeg website. I'm sure y'all put it up on your website, but people can watch those meetings and be informed.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. For those who are interested in the process outside of the session, they can always go to that website and watch what you all are doing. Because I don't know if everyone will agree, but I think it's fascinating to watch. You're also touring and visiting local county committees. Talk to us about that. How is that going? And do you have any scheduled soon?
Well, yes, absolutely. I try to go to as many as I can. Of course, my District 20 is Craighead County only, but I'm very interested in what's going on in our surrounding counties because, people will sometimes think I, as a legislator, can pass what I want. And passing legislation is building relationships, having people in office that we can work with, being there to support the county Republican committee, for one thing, to get Republicans elected. So I know the Jackson County committee is meeting really soon. Craighead County Lincoln Day dinner is April the 23rd. We have a nationally known speaker, E.W. Jackson, Bishop E.W. Jackson, African-American gentleman coming to talk about CRT and some of the critical issues out there. Yeah, that's a great one. There are several other committees meeting around the state close to us. And again, I want to go support Republicans and help build the party statewide.
Talk to us about an event that's happening April 28th. It is a call to prayer. In God we trust. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Yes. Our Constitution is built around God and God's word, and He being supreme and our rights coming from Him. And it's really important that we acknowledge God's presence and God's will in our campaigns. So on April the 28th, at a place called Harmony Garden in Jonesboro at 6:30, we're just having a call to prayer. And we ask people from all the region to come together. It's specifically about elected offices in Northeast Arkansas. And we've invited a variety of people to come and pray. Democrats, Republicans, independents, whomever, but anyone who recognizes God as a supreme authority, that we come and bow to Him, that His will is supreme. We recognize that and ask Him to bless us in this election cycle.
That's wonderful. You do not have an opponent in this primary election. Talk to us just what things look like for the next few weeks for you and then heading into the general.
Sure, you're right. We don't have a primary opponent. I do have a general election opponent, but the schedule we just talked about will pretty much hold true through May, June, and July, September, October. The summer kind of backs off a little bit. We'll have lots of barbecues and events that we go to. It's important that we be out there meeting the people. I get emails and texts every day. Dan, can you tell us about what election laws, what's happening to our election laws on the courts? So again, this is Charlie tried to do last night, and he did a great job, was just educate people on our wonderful country and our beautiful state, and what we need to do to learn more about that. I met a young 8th grader last night whose mom is running for an elected office, a state representative, and she talked, and her mom talked about how bold she was and able to speak. And those qualities are great, and we certainly need them in legislators. But the most important quality is that we're able to listen to people and hear what the people are saying. That's what I do when I travel throughout the state and throughout our county and throughout the district, is listen to other people. I'm really honored to hold this office, and we will work really hard to continue to represent the people of District 20 and the state of Arkansas.
Well, we always enjoy having you on Conduit. We really appreciate all of the tremendous work that you do on behalf of Arkansans, and keep us updated. Let us know if anything else comes up. We'd love to talk about it.
I sure will. Thank you very much.